Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro announced in a press conference that he will soon visit Iran in order to close new deals on cooperation with the Middle Eastern nation. I mean, this is a pretty important news. This is a pretty important story because we need to remember that Iran has been one of Venezuela's main allies, along with China and Russia, over the last few years, especially since the Venezuelan regime decided to take the most authoritarian path in order to get grip of power and make it impossible for the Venezuelan society to somehow end with the socialist regime. Iran has helped the Venezuelan regime to boost oil output amid United States sanctions, which started, these sanctions on the Venezuelan oil that started under the administration of former American President Donald J. Trump. So the relationship between both nations, between Caracas and between Tehran, started with the governments of former dictator Hugo Chavez and former Iranian leader Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. In fact, during these years, different reports suggested that Venezuela essentially played a pretty significant role on Iran's pretty controversial nuclear program. We need to remember that nuclear program that essentially prompted one of the most controversial decisions ever taken by the Obama administration, which essentially reached a deal with Iran in which one of the main points was to end with this nuclear program. Apparently, allegedly, according to different reports from independent news media, Caracas played a significant role in this nuclear program, especially during the years of Chavez and Ahmadinejad. On the other hand, another delicate aspect about this relationship between Venezuela and Iran has been the way that the Venezuelan regime has allowed terrorist organization Hezbollah to operate in the country, to live under a safe haven, something like, for example, what Pakistan used to be for Al-Qaeda during the years of Osama bin Laden, and especially after 9/11. It's something like this on Venezuela, but it's actually a little bit worse because the Venezuelan regime officially allows Hezbollah to operate in different illegal mining operations in Venezuela. So, getting to this point, it is important to notice that this visit from dictator Nicolas Maduro to Iran will probably strengthen the relationship between both nations. And of course, this will be quite beneficial not only for Venezuela, not only for the Venezuelan regime actually, but also for the Iranian regime, which on this precise point, it definitely needs a pretty strong support and a pretty strong ally in South America. And of course, Tehran will definitely find it with the Venezuelan regime in Caracas. Reporting from Medellín, Colombia, Luis Orozco, Newsweek.